Let's go back now, and whatever happened, Absal was hanged. Okay, fine. Now, I have the serious problem of you hang a person, and then you kind of put the whole entire population of 6 million Kashmiris under curfew. And I don't use the word curfew because it's not the appropriate word to be used in curfew. It's actually the siege. It's the siege. It's the complete. They have turned the whole Kashmir into a prison from last 7 days. And interestingly, I don't know why media in India is downplaying this Kashmir issue. There will be no news in media. There will be just one or two Mahbub Beg, something like a politician from Kashmir, who will talk about Kashmir. And then there will be these debates about whether Afzal got unfair trial or not. But no one knows actually what's right now happening in Kashmir. And as of now, I have the news that 4 people have been killed already by Indian military forces in Jammu and Kashmir, not Jammu and Kashmir, in Kashmir. It's valley which suffers the most. But how many times do you know from your news channels that this thing happens and that thing happens? It's always been downplayed in the Indian media. Now, interestingly, there was this situation. I don't know, how do people of India identify themselves with India? Don't they have shame on this democracy when actually they find the news is also coming out that there was this lady in Sopore who was pregnant and she was not allowed to go to the hospital, and she died on the way to hospital. And now, interestingly, the Times Indian Express article came yesterday, and I'm not narrating my own story. It's someone who works for this media, Indian Express, and he had written an article in which he says that it was a tough call for the doctors to call Ubaid as dead. Ubaid was the guy who was just killed 2 days before in Watargam, which is a native place of Afzal Guru. And he is a kid of something around 15 years. I don't remember exactly his age. But interestingly, the thing is that the doctors at the Sher Kashmir Institute of Medical Sciences are being directed by the authorities that they should not report anyone dead. What they need to do is put him on a ventilator. And how inhumane is that if a person dies and you put him on ventilator for a few days, so that the reason is being given that we need to decrease the tempos of the Kashmiris. And at the first place, why are there these tempos running high among Kashmiris? I mean, no one questions this thing. What is that Kashmiris protest against India? Let's discuss this thing. Why do we protest against India? I mean, and if I put it to some people throughout the country in India, they say that there are few handful packets which capitalize the situation, and these people, in 2010, you and me are aware of that. Some people said that they were goons. Some said that they were on drugs. Some said that they were given money from Pakistan. And come on, let's be fair to us. No one is providing money to me and other people who protest on the streets of Kashmir. No one is on drugs who protest on the Kashmir. You can't expect a guy who is on drugs and then protests and he throws a stone. The stone is a form of a resistance, and over the years, Kashmiris have realized that let's take the struggle in a different way, from an armed resistance to a civilian resistance. And that's the scenario presently in Kashmir. And this, it's like, I don't understand. It's like, the way Israel is dealing with Palestine, India is similarly dealing with Kashmir. You throw a stone and you will be hit back by a bullet. That's how the Indian state operates in Kashmir. It's people in Kashmir don't have problem with. I mean, you need to distinguish here between the two terms. One is the official state of India, which will mean government and the government agencies, and then the other will mean the people of India. I mean, people in Kashmir do not have problem with the people of India, but they do have problem with the state of India. By state, I mean the government of India and the armed forces, which are its branch. So I don't know how do people here in other parts of the country say that it's okay for the security persons to have a siege on the entire population? When you have an entire population under siege, there will be the scarcity of medicines, the scarcity of baby food. Not only the scarcity of medicines and the baby food, but scarcity in general. Like people don't have. I mean, in this particular case, if I talk about this particular case, the curfew was enforced even before Afzal Guru was hanged. Now, it's a population who are not aware about what's going to happen next day. They are already put under curfew. So they are not mentally ready for this whole curfew. They don't have food. They don't have anything. They don't have eatables, and the government is so reluctant. And it's kind of an denial of one's freedom, denial of one's individualhood. Also, what I may say, that it's okay for the government to lay a siege on the entire population, and they on the name of national security. Now, what's this national security where you put an entire population under siege? Thank you.